Friends, confidants, the comrades we hold dear, they are the ones we turn to in times of joy and sorrow, the ones who share our laughter and our tears. They warm us with their familiarity, creating a sense of belonging and comfort that is hard to find elsewhere. We let down our guard. We open our hearts, sharing our deepest secrets and vulnerabilities. But what happens when ambition rears its head? When personal goals and desires start to overshadow the bonds of friendship? Can we truly rely on those who know us best? Or do they become the ones who can hurt us the most? Robert Greene, in his seminal work, The 48 Laws of Power, cautions us about the delicate balance of trust and power. Law number 2 advises, never put too much trust in friends, learn how to use enemies. This law is a stark reminder of the potential pitfalls of blind trust. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? To consider that those closest to us might not always have our best interests at heart. To question the very bonds we hold dear, the relationships that form the foundation of our lives. Yet in the game of power, naivete can be a costly mistake. Strategic thinking and awareness are crucial. This isn't to say that all friends are wolves in sheep's clothing. Many friendships are genuine and filled with mutual respect and love. But power dynamics are complex. They can shift and change, influenced by circumstances and personal ambitions. As the stakes rise, so too does the potential for betrayal. History is replete with examples of friends turning into foes. Friends with their intimate knowledge of our weaknesses can become liabilities. They know where to strike if they choose to. They might succumb to envy, greed, or simply the intoxicating allure of self-advancement. In the end, it's a delicate balance of trust and caution. Think of Emperor Michael III. He showered his close friend Basil with favors. He elevated Basil's status, making him a powerful figure. He trusted him implicitly, believing their bond was unbreakable. But Basil, blinded by his own ambition, orchestrated Michael's assassination. He then seized the throne for himself. This tragic tale underscores a harsh reality. Those closest to us can also be our greatest downfall. Trust, when given blindly, becomes a weapon in the hands of the ambitious. It allows them to exploit our vulnerabilities and use our affections against us. Friends, with their shared history and understanding, can lull us into a false sense of security. We let slip our guard, revealing our secrets and weaknesses. We assume unwavering loyalty, only to find ourselves betrayed when ambition poisons their hearts. Enemies, on the other hand, offer a different proposition. They keep us on our toes. Their animosity, however unwelcome, forces us to be vigilant. We are less likely to make careless mistakes when we know someone is waiting for us to stumble. Greene argues that enemies can be more reliable than friends. Why? Because their intentions are transparent. They make no pretenses of affection. Their desire to best us, to outmaneuver us, is clear. This predictability, paradoxically, makes them easier to anticipate and manipulate. Napoleon Bonaparte, a master strategist, understood this concept well. He famously said, "Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake." He recognized that enemies, in their eagerness to capitalize on perceived weaknesses, often overextend themselves. This creates opportunities for the astute to exploit. Enemies can inadvertently become our greatest benefactors. Their constant scrutiny forces us to improve, to refine our strategies, and to strengthen our defenses. They highlight our weaknesses, pushing us to become more resilient and resourceful. Consider the rivalry between Coca-Cola and Pepsi. These beverage giants have been locked in a bitter battle for market share for decades. Yet this competition has fueled innovation and driven both companies to constantly evolve their products and marketing strategies. History is replete with examples of individuals and groups who benefited from the presence of enemies. The ancient Spartans, renowned for their military prowess, attributed their strength to the constant threat posed by their neighbors. The adversarial relationship kept them vigilant and prepared for battle. Section 5. The practicality of distrust. Of course, embracing enemies doesn't mean actively seeking out conflict or surrounding oneself with adversaries. It's about recognizing that not all alliances are created equal. It's about maintaining a healthy dose of skepticism, even with those we consider close. Abraham Lincoln, a man who knew both the sting of betrayal and the burdens of leadership, wisely said, "Do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends?" Lincoln understood that converting an enemy into an ally could be a strategic masterstroke. It eliminates a threat while simultaneously strengthening one's position. However, such conversions require careful consideration. The former enemy's motivations must be carefully scrutinized. Are they genuinely interested in reconciliation, or are they merely biding their time, waiting for an opportunity to strike? Section 6. The reversal when friends become assets. While Greene advocates for the strategic use of enemies, he also acknowledges that there are times when friends can be invaluable assets. Friends, with their shared values and loyalty, can provide crucial support during times of crisis. They offer a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, and unwavering encouragement when we need it most. In moments of personal or professional turmoil, friends can be the pillars that hold us up. Their support can be the difference between success and failure, providing not just emotional backing but also practical assistance. They can help us navigate through difficult decisions, offer advice based on their understanding of our character, and stand by us when others might falter. Mao Zedong, the communist revolutionary who founded the People's Republic of China, understood this duality well. He famously said, "Politics is war without bloodshed, while war is politics with bloodshed." He recognized that relationships, even in the realm of power, are fluid and multifaceted. In the intricate chess game of power, friends can serve as valuable pawns, strategically placed to advance our agendas. They can act as intermediaries, rallying support, gathering intelligence, and subtly influencing others on our behalf. Friends can be the bridge that connects us to new opportunities and alliances. In the grand scheme of strategy, knowing when to rely on friends and when to keep them at a distance is crucial. Their role can shift from confidant to collaborator depending on the needs of the moment. They can act as intermediaries, rallying support, gathering intelligence, and subtly influencing others on our behalf. Understanding this dynamic can be the key to mastering the art of influence and power. Section 7. The delicate dance of power and relationships. The key takeaway from law number 2 is not to shun friends or to actively cultivate enemies. It's about understanding the complexities of human relationships and the motivations that drive them. It's about recognizing that power dynamics can warp even the strongest bonds and that sometimes, the people we perceive as adversaries can be surprisingly useful. In the realm of power, there are no permanent allies, only temporary conveniences. Relationships are fluid, constantly shifting based on individual goals, ambitions, and circumstances. What might seem like an unbreakable bond today could easily dissolve tomorrow, given the right incentives or pressures. Navigating this intricate web of alliances and betrayals requires a delicate touch. It demands emotional intelligence, astute observation, and an understanding that trust, while valuable, must be earned and carefully guarded. Section 8. Competence over camaraderie. Ultimately, the most reliable allies are those who possess the skills, resources, and loyalty to advance our interests. Whether they are friends, enemies, or somewhere in between is secondary. Competence, not camaraderie, should be the primary factor in determining who we choose to align ourselves with. This pragmatic approach to relationships can seem cold and calculating, but in the arena of power, sentimentality is a luxury few can afford. The stakes are high and the consequences of misjudging character can be severe. By prioritizing competence and mutual benefit, we create a more stable foundation for collaboration. We reduce the risk of betrayal while maximizing the potential for success. Section 9. Conclusion. A world of opportunistic alliances. The world of power is a complex and often ruthless arena. Throughout history, leaders and influencers have navigated this intricate web, making decisions that could either elevate them to greatness or lead to their downfall. It's a world where trust is a precious commodity, easily given but easily broken. The fragility of trust has shaped countless alliances and rivalries, each with its own set of consequences. To survive and thrive in this environment, we must be discerning in who we trust and how much we reveal. The ability to read people and situations accurately is a skill that has been honed by the most successful figures in history. As we've explored, enemies can sometimes be more reliable than friends, not because they are inherently trustworthy, but because their intentions are transparent. An enemy's motives are often clear and predictable, allowing us to anticipate their moves and plan accordingly. This transparency can be a strategic advantage. Knowing where an enemy stands can sometimes be more beneficial than the uncertain loyalty of a friend. They challenge us, force us to improve, and often create opportunities for us to exploit their miscalculations. These challenges can lead to growth and innovation, pushing us to be better and more strategic, and often create opportunities for us to exploit their miscalculations. In the grand chessboard of power, every move counts, and understanding the intentions of those around us can be the key to success. So the next time you find yourself navigating the treacherous waters of power dynamics, remember law number 2. This law reminds us to be cautious, to question our assumptions, and to always be aware of the true nature of our alliances. Question your assumptions, weigh your alliances carefully, and never underestimate the potential value of a well-placed enemy. The balance of power is delicate, and a single misstep can change the course of history. And never underestimate the potential value of a well-placed enemy. History is replete with examples where enemies have become unlikely allies, leading to unexpected outcomes. What are your thoughts on trust and power? How do you navigate these complex dynamics in your own life? Can you think of any examples from your own life where an enemy proved more useful than a friend, or vice versa? Reflect on these experiences and consider how they have shaped your understanding of trust and power. Share your insights in the comments below. Your perspective could provide valuable lessons for others navigating their own worlds of opportunistic alliances.